Okay, hello. Welcome to the Cat and Onion itch.io release stream. A few minutes away, I will pop out the chat so I have it here nicely. Removing the cats into position. Good. It's the background animals. I am just gonna also post that I'm live on Twitter, I think, and stuff. Copy link. Here we are. What should I write?
Chuckles.
Chuckles? Am I Chuckles? Ah, this, you mean the... Yeah. What should I write? Trying to be witty on camera. What did I write before? What? Is there audio? Okay. Each release. Okay. Each release live stream of Cat and Onion happening now will release at, let's see, we do that. Someone's, hello Alexandros, and also hi Lucy, let's go. I also post on threads usually. You can do like this. We take the exact same. Take the same text. Each release live stream of Cat and Onion. Each release live stream of Cat and Onion happening now will release at 20. Yep, good. And then I'm just gonna fetch out the discords here. I have my YouTube on my Discord server. The each release stream is happening now. Yay! And then I didn't have the URL anymore. This one. Then I ping my, you're very welcome to join my Discord server if you like talking about game dev and stuff. Okay, so we're just a few minutes away. I have my celebratory Czech Pilsner I will fetch for the occasion.
Nej tack.
Okay. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, I'm just leaving and showing random threads messages on the. That's great. We closed that. I was gonna show this little thing, right? So I have this. My Bernard. I like this because it has the cork that goes poof, so it's like champagne, but you don't have to drink champagne, which is a good thing, maybe. 5 minutes away, I'll do it like this. So if anyone joining, it's my first indie game I've made. I made everything myself, more or less. I had some help from playtesters on my Discord server, and I used a font from Google Fonts, but other than that, I've, written all the code myself and drawn all the graphics and also made sounds, which has been quite interesting. Right. And I'm just checking for my Twitter stuffs. Each release live stream. Okay, good. So what I will do now is I will bring out, I will just on my second screen here, I will bring it to the other screen soon. I will bring out my itch dashboard so I can put it public at 8, which is what I promised to do. Right. I think there's nothing dangerous to show here, so I can use, this is the admin interface of itch. Yeah, Sansen asks, and thanks Tiny Big Games. Sansen asks if the itch page does not go live until the release happens. Yeah, it's set as a draft page right now, which means that yeah, you can't see it yet. You can put it public and then set it to have a future release date, but that doesn't work so well. Itch is not the best for, you know, doing all the kind of Steam style thing where you collect wish lists and stuff, which is the biggest downside of Itch, really. So yeah, I can show here. I can give you a sneak peek of the Itch page. It looks like this. Like this. You have my header, and the game will cost $3 and you're a cat, and there's some GIFs, and there's some text, and there's some features, and there's the new trailer here, which is unlisted on YouTube currently. I will unlist it the moment I press the button here also, but I mean this will the one will work since it's unlisted. It's not private, but I haven't. So I made a new trailer yesterday for this release. Quite fun to make these itch pages. Because you can customize the background color and just go crazy like this. And this game you can get on Windows, Mac OS and Linux, and also, and this I have promised this before, you will also get a downloadable drop of the source code. It doesn't come with a permissive license, it's just copyright, no redistribution, but it can be fun for, you know, educational purposes or whatever. But yeah, it can be fun to look at. Oh, hi Mom. Christina is my mom. She's watching. So I will, at 8 I will, what is this one? Disable new downloads purchase, unlisted in search and browse. Nah. So at 8 I will click save here, and then it should be public, and I can also send in chat the link, and then I can go on Twitter and stuff. I was supposed to compile some stuff before, like Twitter messages or something, just copy paste, because I can't think when I'm on stream. But you know, I didn't do that because I had too much to do. Okay, so now we're 5 seconds away. 4, 3, 2, 1, save. Saved, it says. That was dramatic. Let's see if it worked. You've recently updated this page. Okay, good. It seems like it's live. I will post it in there. That's the link in the chat. And I will also go to my Discord first, maybe, because that's always fun. There's a new trailer on there. Maybe we can all hold hands and watch it together. I guess it will come across fine on the 60 FPS stream this, so it should be fine. Let's see here. This is the new trailer for the game I just released. Let's see if I'll turn the audio mixer up here so you get it nice. Let's see if it, yeah, there we go. I don't know how loud that is, but maybe I'll do like that. Okay, here's the new trailer. Yay! Pop. So yeah, and then I get funny recommendations. Oh, it wants me to watch Terry Davis. Let's not do that now. Yeah, that's essentially that. So you can let me know if anyone buys it, if everything is working as it should. I hope so. I'll let me know if there's any bugs or anything. And if I don't know if you have any questions about making the game or anything, you can just ask. Was it loud enough? Was it the trailer or the pop of the beer?
Both.
Oh, thank you, Tiny Big Games. Oh yeah, please do test the Mac build. It's built on an old Intel Mac, so I don't have access to an ARM Mac, which means that it has worked before for other people to use the compatibility layer, but who knows? Maybe I'll need some fancy stuff. Yeah, I was supposed to pop this when it went to 8 o'clock, but I was too up in all over the place. You can also look in the Itch app here. I want to go to this. I don't know if Itch always has had this app. I just recently saw it. Let's see here. Search cat and onion. Or maybe it needs to have. No, it. Cats. Wait, what is it doing? Maybe the ampersand is. Okay, it went to some other game. This desktop app, very good. I'm like. Okay. I managed to click it. Throw a pen around. Yeah, the Itch app has the nice thing about using the Itch app if you're downloading a game is that on Windows you don't get this is an not signed exe because it goes via the app somehow. I don't know. It doesn't require it. So some questions. Tiny Big Games asks, how has your Odin experience been? What made you choose this slang? How does it compare to C? I've not checked it out as of yet. The Odin experience has been great because I would say the main I wanna put some of these things out. Wait, maybe you can go here. Oh, actually, I have another. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Key art, Itch. This one. This is my. This is the logo that I use on Itch. So the Odin experience. There you go. Now I have a nice. Has been very good because I have many times tried to make games myself. Either if I use a game engine, then sort of something about using something like Unity usually ends up not being fun enough for me because I don't know. I just like the feeling of. Setting the rules myself. It's not that I'm not super like, there's this whole handmade community where people care about doing everything themselves so they can squeeze every bit of performance out of the computer. That's not really me. It's more that it's just a nice cozy feeling in how you program it then. But I chose Odin because it is compared to it is it's very similar to C, but almost point by point all the things that annoyed me with C, Odin fixes, so that's the stuff. I realize here, okay, it's doing something. chap. I realized I was gonna... Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm also gonna post on Twitter and stuff. Not this one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put my new trailer live. But yeah, Odin is, I think point for point, it's very, fixes all annoying things with C, but you still have the sort of low level control, you know. But it, there I'm putting my release trailer, public instead of unlisted. You still have all the control from C, but you also have all these high level features which make it feel like you're in a high level language, but without it being, without giving up that control. And so it's just kind of fun for me to code. What I was gonna do here was, I was gonna take the trailer and put it quietly on the side here. Did it go up? Latest videos. It's not there. Oh, there it is. Let me mute this thing. Put it in big picture mode. We put it maybe here. And then I take this one and I go and open. Sorry. I wanted to put on my background music also. What's happening? Nothing works. Ah. DLC crashed. Jon asks how many lines of code, time spent coding. I've worked on it since... Oh yeah, I can't have this one on. Wait. My computer is dying. VLC crashed. I was trying to put the video on, you know. How many lines of code? It's maybe. Well, let's check, shall we? No, not that one. cd/repos cat game count lines. It's not terribly big, I think. This program was fast. 16,000 roughly. But this one I think is always a bit weird. This one is like no code, doesn't include blank lines, but I'm always like but you know, in the text editor it will be closer to maybe 18,000. Right, what I wanted to do here was bring up what IDE or editor do I use? I use Sublime. I use Sublime for editing text. For debuggers recently I've used Rad Debugger because it can do hot reload. And this one is just playing random things. Where is the sound coming from? Shh. I've never been so confused in my life. Everything is just making sounds, and the Itch app is just playing my trailer in the background without it being open. Yeah, it's very chaotic, everything here at Zelinsky Games Enterprises. What I wanted to do from the start, when I was starting to doing all these confusing things, what I wanted to take the trailer, put it here, but also mute it, and then I wanted to put on some music. But that was too hard, so we don't do that. It's too hard to use computer sometimes when you're on stream. Let's see. Yeah, so I can recommend the RAD debugger if you're doing hot reloading, because it doesn't lock PDBs, which is a great recent thing I figured out. Yeah, it was very confusing, the trailer. I used like having the itch page open in the itch app like that on the side, just to show it, but it has gotten the idea that it I can try again. Well, yeah, I just wanted to have this here because it was nice to look at. Here we go. Yuan is asking, yeah, this is the stream where I add the MMO functionality. We're gonna do that now. We're gonna start with a little socket and a little server. Yeah, and thank you, Zach. Zach has been in many of my live streams and is on the my Discord also. Now it's time for me to do some social media in here. So let's do that together, shall we? I have too small screen. It's fine. We'll put this here. And then we do this. Like that. So we're gonna put out some tweets here. Oh yeah, sorry, Marcus, you asked the question. I'm very... all this releasing has been very stressful for me, so I'm extremely... I've never had such a discombobulated stream in my life. You asked if I use OpenGL. It uses Raylib, and Raylib might use OpenGL underneath, depending on which backend it is. But no, it's Raylib, which is like a library for drawing things. Thank you, and Raylib is in the chat. That's probably Ray. YouTube account. So no, the game is not multiplayer. It's a single player sort of cozy warm game. You see here on the trailer the cat is sort of walking around and talking to people, going on a little adventure. It's a 2D adventure game with sort of an imaginative world, and you go on like on a small journey that where you just end up places you could never imagine, really. But and it's trying to be sort of this good vibes game essentially. Okay, let's do some tweeting here. I'm gonna put the trailer in a tweet. Here is my trailer. I realized that it's better to, instead of linking, if the platform supports it, put the trailer in the tweet instead of linking to the YouTube trailer, because then more people will watch it. You will get less traffic to YouTube, but that might not be the most important part. itch.io, cat and onion. Okay, let's see here. What to write? Cat. This is the stuff that where I was like, maybe I should have prepared this before the stream, because I got so stressed and so confused by doing all this live that now I have to write text also. Maybe the Czech beer helps, who knows. Hello, Max, thank you. And thanks for attending many of my live streams and stuff. What do we write here? Cat and Onion is now released on is now available on itch. Then we can copy some nice marketing jambo bambo, as we call it. Marketing department, what should I write? Let's see here. Cat and Onion is now available on itch. It's a warm cat adventure where you climb, talk, fly, and smack your way to places where no cat has ever gone before.
Game.
Ah, true. Add the word game when you're on a generic platform like Twitter. Maybe we can do like this instead. And then we have the trailer here, of course. So this is like my first indie game. And this is the. What should I write? Usually I write stuff like it's. We have some features here. You play as a cat. You meet a cast of entertaining characters. There's no combat unless you count smacking some stuff, but that's not important. The important part is sort of the genre and stuff. Yeah. Price, yeah, maybe. Short. Short price. Shorter tweet.
Short game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should just write something specific here. My first indie game, Cat and Onion, is now available on itch. Maybe we do like this. It's an adventure game where you go on a short, but I don't know. It's almost impossible to write this stuff on stream, I realize. Jon is asking, do you still have any programming streams up where you can see your code? Yeah, almost. If you go to the YouTube channel, then there should be under the live streams thingy. It's all the saved ones are there still. And I also have some Odin videos up. I think I'm gonna do a shorter tweet. Don't write too much. Oh, we do like this. We do bullet points. Genre. Cat adventure. Price $2.99. Feel like Apple now. Starts at $2.99. No, $2.99. Genre cat adventure. Just gonna write something more here. You see, all these things are hard to write. Thank you, Max. Yeah, like Jerry says, doing Word. I think it's a good practice actually, because you know whenever you, I'm just gonna sit there and stare at this until I write something proper. Because whenever you have people watching you do stuff, you get a bit stressed because it feels like you must do something correctly the first time. But you can just take it easy instead and just stare at the tweet window for a while and just talk nonsense, and then it will be much better, which is what I'm doing now. Marcus found me through the Machinery Engine blog post on Wayback Machine. Yeah, I wrote a few. I worked at the Machinery, our Machinery, for a while, and I wrote a few blog posts on there. Yeah, we can do short plops like this. We got some. Tack, Anders. Yeah. Oh, my trailer has stopped. Safe journey. It was quite I made this trailer yesterday and it was quite hard to, because I made a trailer before that was like 1 minute, and this game is sort of like this warm, has this warm and cozy feeling, and you don't want it to, so you don't want to make the trailer too sort of, you know, seem aggressive, or like, you know, kind of want to have that warm feeling in there. But at the same time I wanted to not have a minute long trailer, so I wanted to have like 30 seconds maybe. This one is 35 seconds to the end card where it says some stuff, I think. So it was quite hard to try to balance that and make all the shots, cut all the shots short enough so it worked. Yeah, I will do the social media later. I can't think now anyways. The game is also coming out on Steam at some point. I have a Steam page which is linked on the itch page if you go there. So you can always wishlist it there if you don't want to buy on Steam. If you don't want to buy on itch. If you don't want to buy on Steam, then you can buy on itch. You would like the Machinery podcast. Yeah, that was quite interesting. We never thought that anyone would like a podcast where you talk about text, like engine stuff, because it's so hard to talk about, easier to write about, but it was quite popular. Let's see what people are writing here. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna write the tweet anyways. I don't care. It's the only thing I have to do here.
Yeah.
Cat and Onion. My first indie game. It's just the thing with indie games. You need to be very. Not just gonna be like woo-woo, but you need to be very honest. Like. Almost the best, one of the best marketing for indie games is the one that is not very good marketing. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. Johan will buy an itch and Steam and combine both executables to Cat and Onion 2. Yes, that's how you do it. It's how sequels are made. My first game, Cat and Onion, is now available on itch. And then there's a trailer. It's not harder than that. The trailer tells you what kind of game it is, right? My first indie game, Cat and Onion, is now available on itch. Send tweet. And now in 5 seconds I will notice there's a typo. My first indie game, Cat and Onion, is now available on itch. Oh, there's no typo. I hate using Twitter sometimes because I always make typos, and I don't want to pay because then I give too much money to Elon Musk and everyone hates me. So I just delete. Very often delete tweets and resend them because I can't. I so often make mistakes. I'm gonna post it on Threads as well, which I like using. My first indie game, Cat and Onion. Onion, it would be funny if I misspelled the name, is now available on itch. Send post. It doesn't work as well. There's no send tweet anymore either, so. Right. Here we go. Jon asked what beer I'm drinking. I'm drinking the Bernard Celebration Lager. You can buy it at, since you're in Sweden, also Swedish, you can buy it at Systemet. The nice thing, it comes with the patent cork. So it feels like a nice celebratory beer, because you can pretend that you're having champagne or something. Yeah. But yeah, go try my game. You're a cat. It's great. Oh, I sold 8 copies, it says here. Amazing. Thank you all for buying. It's been such a... these last 2 weeks, like last 1.5, last 2 weeks, I have never worked so much in my life. It's the because, so, you know, if I make another game, what I would do is I would just work on it until it's done and then promise people a release date. The reason I wanted to release at the end of January is not because I was like, you know, it was not that I decided to push myself in any way and be like, oh, it needs to be done by then, because of no reason at all. It's because I want to submit it for the Amaze. It's a German game conference event celebration thingy, and they kind of like slightly different games, and I thought that kind of my vibe maybe suits them. And they have the deadline on 31st of January. So I bought the ticket for that to submit, and then I was like, oh shit, now I have to finish the game. And I thought it would be fine. But as end of January drew closer, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, this is gonna be very tough to finish. So the last 1.5, there was no reason for me to work this hard other than because of this deadline I imposed on myself by wanting to submit for that. So it's better, I think, to finish a game and just sit on it and then submit it to these things after you really feel that it's done. Because otherwise you're gonna kill yourself. Really, I've been working late into the night for like 1.5 weeks or something. Especially the last night, I was up until 9 in the morning fixing things, and then I slept for 4 hours, and then I woke up again and fixed a few more things, and then did the builds. And I've never worked so much in my life. Justin says that it's compiled for the big 3 and asks if I did cross-compile. No, I compile on my Windows machine, then I have Linux on my laptop, and then there's a MacBook here. So I I don't know. I'm not fan. I don't have any fancy stuff. Johan is like, it's already out. I gotta buy it. Yeah, it's out since 8 o'clock. It's been out for half an hour. But yeah, let's maybe we can talk a tiny bit about the game. And I'm just gonna actually bring up. I'm very good at saying something and then suddenly doing something else. Am I not? It's the most discombobulated state I've ever been in. Anyways, hi, I'm Carl. So, I just wanted to pop up I had closed for some reason the YouTube status page. So, let's talk a bit about the game maybe. It's a quite funny, this game, because the way it started was that I was on GDC with my previous job in March last year, right? And on the way home, I have been toying around a bit with Raylib, with Odin, Odin language. And on the way back on the plane, back from San Francisco to Sweden, I just needed to do something, and I had Odin and Raylib sort of set up on my laptop. So and also I had Aseprite. So I just draw this very silly cat, and I made it sort of possible to push back and forth on the screen with the arrow keys. You know, a program that just loads an image, and then you take the arrow keys and you push your thing back and forth. And then I did like a 2 or 4 frame animation that was terrible. I can find for you all I have somewhere. Yeah, I can show that later. I have a comparison of the first build I made. But then so that was essentially what I did. I just did this silly cat that was walking around, and then at home over like on the weekends a bit, I just kind of added a few more animations, added some state to it so you could walk and jump, and then I added a little ledge grab, and then eventually I was like, oh, maybe I'll just try to make this so the controls feel fun to platform around a bit. and I kind of liked working on it. And the thing that happened after a while was that I started to realize that this was very reminiscent of, like, maybe in 2012 or something, like 12 years ago. I used to make lots of game in like C++ with SFML, for drawing textures and stuff. And then I went and worked as an engine programmer, and then I got all these very strong opinions on how you should do things as an engine programmer. And I almost stopped making games because the way I like making games is usually I find it boring to make them inside a game engine, and then I was like, then I must make my own game engine. But then I worked at game engine companies, and then I needed to do everything in this perfect, orderly, amazing way where everything is the best possible it can be. And then I never get anywhere because I'm always trying to build, the next generation game engine to render a cat that can walk with a four frame animation cycle or something silly like that. But I started questioning, my ability to make games, because I was like, no, I can't do that. I can make tech because I get it's too messy to make games. But when I tried Odin and Raylib, then it just felt like doing those kind of old C++ and SFML things, but the language was way more fun to work with, so it didn't have the friction that often languages have a tendency to make me stop the project, because it's just tiny bit too annoying to add that one new gameplay feature. So I'm like, nah. And then Raylib, is like much better, I think, than using something like, at least I find it more fun to use than SFML and stuff. So yeah, so I just sort of felt that all those things were it kind of brought me back, and it was fun to just hack away at doing gameplay things again. And when making the game, I felt that this is the first time I actually got far enough with gameplay that it felt like, oh, I can actually maybe finish something in this setup. Before that, always, it's always something wrong with the language, the tech, or something. Now we just, everything is met at this perfect point where it felt like, yeah, this is, this is fun to work with. If you buy the game on itch, you also get the source code and the build scripts and everything. You get all the source assets. You can run a batch file on Windows, and it will output the game for you. It's not open source. It's more like you buy it and you're not allowed to redistribute it. So it's more for educational purposes. But you can look in there and you can see. It's a bit funny because. Because I've done all this engine programming where I'm very strict about how to program, then now I almost did the opposite. I was trying on purpose to make the game slightly messy. Like I really tried to, I didn't try to make it messy, but if something didn't help, specifically with gameplay, then I didn't do it. So if you look in that code, there are some quite messy things about it, and lots of unoptimized things, because this project has been about, by whatever means possible, make a game using Odin and Raylib and just get it out there. So it's quite a funny because I come from engine programming, so there's lots of homemade tools in there where I think the code is quite good, and then there's lots of gameplay system where the code is just like all over the place. So it's this weird mishmash of things, but I think especially for the tools, it's like my own homemade EM GUI in there, and lots of stuff like that. And lots of independent EM GUI made tools code for the level editor that might be of interest to someone to look at how you can implement that stuff. What you shouldn't maybe look at is my physics code, because it's like, okay, cat is the cat colliding with anything? It's like, okay, let's do a loop and compare it to every collider in the world. I don't even have a partitional spacing, spatial partitioning. Partitional spacing is my favorite kind of spacing. I haven't split it up in a quad tree or anything to optimize it, because it was never needed. Because there ain't the levels aren't that big. But it's just something I would never ever do. But since the need never arose to make it optimize that, I didn't fix it. So there's lots of, I would say, the gameplay code is not very optimized, but the tool stuff can be quite interesting, I think. Yeah, you're welcome to. You can download, if you buy it, you can download the source code and build it. And sorry. Another thing I've done in that source code is let's see if the chat is Ixdal, thank you for buying. You may be surprised that I included a source code. It's not, people are very scared of putting out their source code because they think someone will take the project and put it on the Nintendo Switch or something. Well, good luck, the Odin doesn't even compile on that, so. I talk too much, now my throat is broken. I think I need a cup of tea or something. You want to?
Follow me?
Yeah, no, green.
Come on.
It's not it's not a sneeze, it's just I talked so much that my throat got, you know, the also another thing is I've almost felt a tiny bit sick like the last few days, but somehow it didn't get worse, so otherwise I would have to delay the game again because I can't finish the work. Hi Lucy, yes, it's out. I'm gonna post the link again. Looky here. It's out on the itches for $2.99 USD. Yeah, like Justin said, I have hot reload in my project, and I think that might be an interesting part of the game, of the source code. The game is split into a main executable and a DLL that where you can hot reload that, and I've used that. I mean, I use it all the time to tweak gameplay. It's I think without hot reload I would not have made the game, because being able to tweak like how the platforming works, small things like what's the distance between these two things, maybe being able to set a loop in the code that plays an animation over and over, and then you can tweak sort of an offset or something. And you just recompile. I don't know how people have the stamina to do that without hot reload, because it's I don't know. I lose interest before it's done. Have you seen this very long cat I have? Maybe it should be somewhere here. Like this, cover my face, and I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you, Lucy. I'm sorry, I gotta go blow my nose or something. I'm breaking down. Huh? Hi. Yeah, Odin compiles pretty fast. LLV, the main amount of time is in LLVM. Of course, whatever backend you use will have to output the code. So I don't know if you use some other backend, if it's that LLVM is very slow, but it seems a bit unproportionally big when you look at the breakdown of how long it takes to compile stuff. So yeah. But yeah, the game is made with Odinlang and Raylib, sort of in a from scratch. I mean, it's not from scratch in the sense that I only use OpenGL. I use Raylib, which is a pretty high level library for doing rendering and sound and stuff, and window management and input. But in the end, it's, you know, it's a program with a main proc that starts, and then inside that main proc it sets up some hot reloading, and then it goes into the hot reloadable code, and then it has some kind of structure, you know, classic old school stuff. There's no big there's no like, everything is not split into components or something like in Unity that live separately. It's just mainly one big program that has like a hierarchy of updates and stuff. And a funny thing about the hot reload is, because I'm working alone on it, then the hot reload makes it so that I can treat code as a bit as data. So I can sort of, instead of putting things in a data file, I can just have a variable with an offset, and then I can tweak at hot reload, and then I just leave it there because yeah. Oh no, Lucy, you got that. Yeah, okay. Maybe I thought we fixed that with yeah. Maybe I should upload a new version of the game. Yeah, we got that problem, but then we put if you try playing it from the itch app, it might work. See. Okay. You know what I will do? I will make a new build where I try to separate everything out. I'll do that now. Let's see here. I have to do it manually, but that's fine. So what happens is sometimes... Sorry. What happens is that Windows thinks your program is malware because you include too many things in your executable. And yeah, everybody got it. We had that problem, but then we put Raylib as a separate thingy, and then it worked locally. But because we thought it was that Raylib was stacked, linked statically, but it's probably due to my that I bundle all the assets inside exe, and then Windows thinks it's fishy. Because the funny thing, if I scan it locally, then Windows is like fine, but when you send it to someone, then it gets sad. So I'm just gonna, well, I will make a build here on the other screen. I will continue chatting, but I will do some stuff here. Build, release. Here's I can show it doesn't matter. So what I will do is I will tell it to not embed the assets in the exe. Yeah. I didn't think I would have to do this, but maybe I do. Build, release, build, release. Then it builds the whole game. This is some live fixing here. And we can check together if it worked or not. So now I have my the old one was like 50 megabytes. You see this is the old one, well, from yesterday, but it's 45 megabytes because it includes every single art piece and sound and everything. But now it's only 2 megabytes because it doesn't have the art. So I have to copy the art in here manually. The art and sound and stuff. So I will do that. I will just take a few folders here. It's the textures, the sounds, the object art, and the music. Put it there. And then it's the yeah, like Johan says, next level indie. You have to fix the game first before you can play it. Oh well, that's a letdown that it went like that. Is that it? It's the levels and the entity types and the fonts. I'm just gonna look through these files. It has Raylib, DLL. You see, this is how messy it will look, but that's fine. It's better to have a messy thing. Oh, it needs these two shaders and builds game main node Input music, Odin compiler, snap sound. I think that's it. I will test start it here. It will probably grab everything into exclusive full screen and where is my OBS? There it is. Yeah, this seems to work. Just double check here. Run the intro. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I tabbed out. Here's my intro for my game. The cat is... It's a cloud today. Oh, there's no sound. That's how it starts. You're dreaming about pancakes. You know what's happening? Why it tabs out? Because VLC, whenever VLC restarts a video, it grabs the focus of the window. So this is how the game looks. I don't know why I didn't stream some of the gameplay. It's such a short game that I just want people to go buy or play for themselves, because it's yeah, I can't play it forever anyways. But this works fine. I'm gonna check that I can continue. Yep, quit the desktop. Let's package that up and send it up to itch as a new. Sorry about that, but that's just how things can go sometimes. I will just send it to someone first. Send it to you1. Because now it's just this stuff, Raylib separate, and all that. But it's a, you know, it's a. We saw some of these issues just before putting it up, but then we thought, at least on our side, it was like, okay, if you just put Raylib DLL separate, but don't put all the assets, then we don't embed all the assets, then it worked, but oh well. Let's see here. Hello, Bruce. Thank you. I finished it, but the build I uploaded seems to be a bit broken. So we'll have to see here. Drink some tea. Yeah, this build seems to work. So I will upload this to itch. I can do that. There's nothing secret here. Oh, dashboard. What's happening? So many secret things. No. So now I'm uploading a new build. You all who got that warning, I'll tell you in a second when it's up, but you see here that this is the old one. This one I can delete it. My neighbor is laughing very funnily. Windows 20. It's funny. Someone in the Odin Discord warned me for this exact thing, but then we tested it a bit at home, and then we were like, but it seems to work fine now. Then it didn't. Save. There you go, friends. Hopefully now, if you go here, there is a Cat and Onion Windows blah 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 version 2. That should work fine. So Lucy and Tiny Big Games and you and everyone, can you try that again? It's tricky with this. Actually happens to games made with Game Maker, because Game Maker likes doing this thing where it, games like, if you look at Undertale, for example, it's just one exe with all the assets embedded. Those kind of games, just some Game Maker games get flagged as by only on Windows as a virus, because something with embedding all that data in there just trips up the virus check. And the funny thing, if you scan it on your own computer, it's fine, and then you put it up, and then someone else downloads it, and it's fine. Yeah, I'll see if thanks for the PM, Tiny Big Games, about the problem. But yeah, hopefully if you try it again now with the new version, it works fine. See if someone else had the same problem. And it can be quite bad, because some people download it, and even though it is a false positive, some people be like, no, I'm never buying your games again because it flagged this as a virus. And it's like, it's Windows. I have Windows Defend. I have the same virus check on my computer. It's just confused. But that's fine. Let's see here. Thank you, Lucy. Yay, it works now. It's trouble. Yeah. We were debating just before uploading it, like, maybe we should just have it totally nothing embedded. But then we're like, but it just seems like if you just put Raylib separately, then it's fine. But then, for some reason, it wasn't fine anyways. What? But yeah, that's why you don't. That's why you should test, like, even if things work locally, have somehow to test, have others test your game. Maybe with a restricted page or something, you know. But thank you all for buying the game and stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's especially because of like Raylib and and Odinlang that made it fun to make this game. I think otherwise I would not maybe have made it, because it does remind me of how I used to make games 10 years ago. Just make whatever I feel like, and not try to make the perfect technology first and then make a game. Do. Anyone? Yeah. Tack Lukas. Yeah, if you have any questions about like making and shipping a game and or technology like the Odinlang or Raylib or I don't know, whatever it could be. It's when you do it yourself, it's so many things. Like I had never made audio. I've made some music before, but that's just, you know, playing in a band or something. But I never made audio for games, doing all that, and then you have to make all the social media stuff and make Steam pages and all those things. When you do it alone, you get spread very thin very quickly. So you have to choose a game where also choose, like, I kind of like the whole cat theme, both the colorful art style and the cat stuff, because it boosts your marketing a bit almost. Because people just, I don't know, just having the cat theme is a good marketing unique selling point on its own. Oh, it still doesn't work, Lucy? I see. What to do then? Because you got it working with that one. I mean, you still get the old sort of, this is an unsigned app. I don't know if you try playing it from inside the itch app if it works, but that of course you can't have on a deck, I think. Did it work for you, Johan, when you, even if you downloaded from itch? I mean, not the one I sent you. That's good, at least, that it works for someone. That's one person it didn't work for before that it works for now. Yeah, I think it might. Oh well, I guess I'll have to. I'll have to do some work. Put some work into looking into this. How I can massage the exes on Windows to behave better. Can look at it a bit tomorrow or something. But I think at least it's better now. Oh, that's a relief that it worked for you, Johan. It's so random. I mean, it's such a like for some people it works. It just means that it's yeah the run anyway. Yes, that's the just because it's not signed. But if you play from within the itch app, then you don't need the run anyway stuff because the itch exe is signed in itself somehow. And so, but I think many games on itch.io have this problem because there's lots of small games sort of made in a homemade sort of way and stuff. Oh well.
Delete that for me again.
It did? The new one?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Whatever.
It seems there are still problems. I will look into this. If anyone still has problems, I will try to fix them tomorrow and upload a new build that does not have this kind of trouble. It's quite annoying because it's also, you know, like doing an itch release. If you release it on Steam, you won't have this problem, for example, because it goes via their stuff. And like I said, you're welcome to try in the if it still doesn't work for someone, try it in the itch app. Download the itch app and run it from there. Then it might work fine. Yeah. I can write a disclaimer maybe, but I don't know. If anyone asks, I think I'll write. So, I don't know. I will look into it. Oh well. Yeah, maybe I'll add something in a bit. Oh, you got the Linux. The Linux version is that's good. You got that one running, Lucy. That one is the only one that comes as a single executable that just runs. That's how I wanted all of the builds to be, but Windows is silly. On Mac, it's almost like that, except that you have to wrap it in a .app file, so it's actually a folder with lots of things inside. But yeah. Oh well. I think I will actually look in. I will. I think if no one has any more questions, I think that's that for the little stream. Because maybe I want to actually look a bit into this issue, see if I can somehow figure out how to massage it to stop being silly. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So thank you all for joining my chaotic release stream, and I will I will post on itch on a new updated version if I figure it out. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I can probably give a refund or something if anyone can't play it at all. Can buy it on Steam later instead. But yeah, we'll see. It's unfortunate. Thank you, Johan. I'll see you all some other time. Thank you for tuning in, and have a what's it called?
Splash.
Have a splashy Sunday, as the waterfall in my game would say.